Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Got some more Bible trivia for you. Before I get to that, let me ask you a question. What do you call the king's rabbit? It's the heir to the throne. Oh, Laffy Taffy. Great jokes. All right, let's get to our Bible trivia. Let me ask you first question. According to the Apostle Paul, how should you speak to an elder man? Harshly, politely, with rebuke, or like a father? 1 Timothy 5, verse number 1 tells us that we are to talk to them like a father. Number 2, the purpose of the commandment is charity out of pure heart and of good conscience and of faith, unfeigned, strong, unyielding, or true. So you're filling in that last blank. Let me read it to you one more time. Now, the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart and of good conscience and of faith. Now, it's either unfeigned, strong, unyielding, or true. The answer is found again in 1 Timothy 1, verse number 5, and it is unfeigned. Number 3, who was the law made for? Was it the Jews, the lawless and disobedient, Christians, or all people? 1 Timothy 1, verse number 9 tells us that it was for the lawless and disobedient. Number 4, Paul said he was the blank of sinners. Example, deliverer, instructor, or chief. 1 Timothy 1, verse number 15, of course, he said he was the chief of sinners. Number 5, what did Hymenaeus and Alexander do? Did they preach the word of God? Work with Paul in his ministry? Maybe they persecuted Paul. Or did they depart from the faith? Well, we learn in 1 Timothy chapter 1 that they had departed from the faith. Okay, here's our next question. In 2 Timothy, who is referred to as a beloved son? Is it John Mark? Is it Timothy? Is it Erastus? Or is it Barnabas? 2 Timothy 1, verse number 2 tells us that it's Timothy. All right. Who is Timothy's grandmother? Is it Eunice, Lois, Carpus, or Lydia? Again, 2 Timothy 1, verse number 5 tells us the answer is Lois. Number 3, how does the writer of 2 Timothy remember Phygelus and Hermogenes? Were they men of faith? Maybe they were apostates. Friends? Men who fell away? Maybe martyrs. 2 Timothy 1, verse number 15 tells us that they were men who fell away. Okay, what is significant about the author's relationship with Onesiphorus? Did it's a hard one for me to pronounce. Onesiphorus, did he leave the congregation? Onesiphorus is the same as Timothy. The writer never addresses Onesiphorus. Onesiphorus and Paul argued and went their separate ways, or Onesiphorus resisted the truth. Well, 2 Timothy 1 and verse number 16 tells us the answer, and that is the writer never addresses Onesiphorus. Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing that right. All right, my last question. Where was the book of 2 Timothy written? Was it in Jerusalem, Rome, Assyria, or Macedonia? Well, 2 Timothy 1:17, we learn that Paul, he wrote it while he was imprisoned in Rome. All right, I hope you did well. Some of these were kind of tricky. Hope you have a great weekend. And I don't know if I'll have one of these next week, but we'll see. If not, there'll be one after that. So hope you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week.